This is a play about four people, four average people in Dublin. It's all centered in a therapist's office, and it begins with a man undergoing therapy, and then we begin to understand as the course of the play goes on a lot about that man, but we also learn about his therapist. So you have Conor McPherson's wonderful words, but the next step is how those words are interpreted by the cast.
Still getting your walk in?
Rain or shine, I get out, go down the coast, down as far as the Bull Wall.
Bob listens to it sort of like a piece of music in a way, and of course he knows the play from a previous production, and so he kind of gives me dynamic levels.
I mean, I love what you were working with there and here, that you're just a little still unsettled, so that even perched there, you know, it's like I'm this, I'm doing that, but you're okay. I'm all right. Just I think it's a little better.
Get the papers, throw any stuff in the laundry there. There's a little cafe there next door, near the Dollymont house. So, you know, that's been a little routine.
Yeah, that's so much better. It's so much better perched on the edge like that. Yeah, it is. It's just great. Right. Really great.
The play's about guilt, and I'm helping a man through his guilt, and at the same time I'm wrestling with deep, deep guilt about leaving this woman and my child.
I play Nessa in Shining City. She is the girlfriend of Ian, the therapist, and they've just had a baby. And when I enter into the play, Ian hasn't come home for a number of nights. So I've shown up at his therapist's, at his office to you know, find out when the hell he's coming home. You know, I was really nervous about working with Bob Falls. I was definitely nervous, and so in these first couple of weeks that we've been rehearsing, what I'm relieved about is that he's so laid back, and so he made us feel comfortable, I think, right away.
Let's go right from, how does it feel in the house when you're there? In the house? Right from, okay, so you're in that place.
And how does it feel in the house when you're there?
In the house itself? Like I say, I'm aware, I'm wary. But in a funny way, I can hardly accept what I saw, you know?
Conor McPherson is obviously an Irish playwright, but for many American audiences, we think of an Irish play as something from the old sod, and it's going to contain myths and leprechauns and greenery. And Conor, through his work, has always sort of subtly perverted that. He writes about contemporary people in Dublin, which is a very modern European city that has undergone incredible transformation.
But it's hard to accept that this is it. You go searching, not searching, I wasn't going anywhere searching for anything, but I think I was always slightly waiting, you know?
Ireland has created fantastic storytellers, and Conor is certainly within that line. So part of the pleasure of being in the theater for me is reconnecting yourself to the story. There's a fantastic couple of stories being told, and you just get caught up in it, and they're story with considerable amount of humor, sort of often a black sort of Irish sense of humor. But there's a lot of laughter in the play, a lot of humor, and there are surprises. You simply don't know from scene to scene where the play is going to take you. And it does begin as a ghost story, which I think is very provocative. You know, it's sort of like being in the dark around a campfire, and you're being told a story that begins with a man coming in and saying, "I have seen the ghost of my dead wife, and she is haunting me." And that's the initial problem in the play. And that's very compelling for an audience. So I think the audience gets caught up in the story, they get caught up in the musicality of the language, and they get caught up into four very, very richly written characters.